Hello everybody, and my name is Level 5 and you're on the Level 5 channel. This is where we talk about movies, video games, comic books and TV shows. And we've got another discussion video for you guys today. I'm enjoying these videos now that I've actually got some form of format with them, so do let me know if you want to see more of these videos. Today, we're diving into a video game topic that really grinds my gears. I'm a massive fan of the Infamous franchise. I enjoy all the Infamous games. Hell, Infamous 2 inspired my very own book. So, in Infamous Second Son, you get a power set that really annoys me because it could have been fantastic, yet it was very lackluster. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the one power set from Infamous Second Son that should have been amazing. Before we dive into this video though, do let me know guys if you're enjoying these. Obviously my main sort of videos are still going to be around top 5s, top 10s, reviews, rankings and all that stuff, but I am enjoying these videos as well. So let's dive in with the one Infamous Second Son power set that should have been great. The concrete powers in Infamous Second Son. I have a massive love-hate relationship with this power set, and it's, rather annoying. Now, the concrete powers are the last set of abilities you unlock in Infamous Second Son, and you get them whilst fighting Augustine at the very end of the game, and you use them only in the final boss fight. And then you get to play around with them after the game's done and dusted with. But there's kind of like a 50-50 ground here, and I kind of have an issue with the way concrete was kind of dealt with. But let's dive in on why I have so much of an issue first. That's because of the storyline. Why is this? Well, let's kind of explain what's going on. In Infamous Second Son, the whole story plot point for Delson's character is to get Augustine's ability. We get given Delson Rowe as the protagonist, and it was really fun getting to use Delson Rowe as a character because he has a really unique power where he can, with human contact, copy other conduits' abilities, and he gets to keep them. That's a really fun, interesting idea, especially when you spent the last two games dealing with someone with lightning powers. So this is a nice, fun, and kind of like a nice way to introduce other elements into it. And as the story goes on, you have smoke, neon, and video. However, you do get concrete right at the end. The first three power sets are fun, they're unique, and they are very different to each other. Each one kind of feels mostly different, kind of giving you different play styles, and kind of gets you thinking of which sort of power set works best in different scenarios, and it just allows you to have fun with all three. With the upgraded the skill tree allowing you to branch off and upgrade certain power sets, of course, depending on your karma level, depending on how certain powers would upgrade, and you get some, interesting variety between all three power sets and the two karma versions. However, concrete doesn't have a full power set, nor is it affected by the karmic system. No matter what version of Delson you're playing, Infamous or Hero, your concrete powers do not change, whether it's the abilities themselves and its skill tree, nor its look. Which, okay, fair enough, I guess you can push that to one side. But let me get back to my point. Delson is the main character, and his whole plot point is to get to Augustine and have human contact with her, do not take that wrong, and of course copy her concrete powers, because of his village. His village folk are attacked by Augustine at the beginning of the game, and they're being slowly killed off by the concrete, and the only person who can remove the concrete attack is those with the concrete ability themselves. So Delson's whole premise is to get Augustine so he can copy her powers. And yeah, that's cool and all, but it just feels a bit lackluster and a bit lame, if you will. Now that we have my frustration out the way, let's see what the concrete powers actually show off, and what you can do with them. So, with the concrete powers, you have a couple of things. Your first one is your melee attack, which do change depending on which power you have, and I like that. But this one I think is actually the most boring out of all four of them. You just smash the ground repeatedly, that's pretty much all you do. You send shockwaves as you do it, sure, but it's pretty lame and kinda slow. Then, of course, you have your bolt ability, if you will, and this is concrete shrapnel. This one's actually pretty fun. I don't mind this one. It's just rapid-fire concrete projectiles. Kind of reminds me of like a shortened-down version of the bolt stream from Infamous 2. Then you have your traversal ability, which is Boulder Dash, and if you actually do level up the Boulder Dash and you upgrade the skill tree, you can make it endless, just the same as you can do with your Neon Speed ability from the Neon power set. Then you have Concrete Barrage, which is those 5 discs that you can fire. This will use your rocket triggered gauge on your screen, but also this is your rockets, and it kind of makes no sense. Then you have your Concrete Thrusters, which personally I will give Concrete Power Set this. This is actually my most favourite one out of the lot. Out of all the thruster abilities, it's very diverse. There's a lot of traversal here. You can do quite a lot with the way it moves and stuff. And if you upgrade it, you can do like a triple lift thing to keep yourself moving. It's kind of fun. Now, with that being said, though, I have basically borderline just listed everything to do with the concrete power system. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's kind of a shame, really. It's honestly just... It kind of baffles me that this is all we have. One other thing I do kind of appreciate the attention to detail for, I don't know if I like it, but it's the way you drain concrete. So a game like this with 4 different power sets, you obviously have to go off the premise of Infamous 1 and 2, where coal could drain anything with an electrical current. So in this, you drained smoke to get smoke, neon signs to get neon, video satellites to gain video, and with this, you have to drain concrete. But they didn't want you just touching the floor, so you have to drain them from the dupes that you fight in the game, because they somehow have concrete powers, and that's never explained either. That's a different video in itself. So I like that, though, the fact you have to use the dupes. I thought that was pretty interesting. I liked that a lot. But that's it. You don't even have a Karma Bomb ability, which is the karmic system's, ultimate attack, if you will. The Karma Bomb you've got to build up in the game to unleash your ultimate attack. The first 3 power sets actually have really fun ones. You can rain down angels, you can completely obliterate people with neon, or you can just completely obliterize people as you drop down from the sky with your smoke. And I love all 3. However, concrete doesn't have one. This should have been the biggest fucking power set we had in the game. This should have been the most fun we had in the game, and it should have been so much bigger than this. This was the end goal for Delsin's power. This was the end goal for Delsin's storyline. Augustine traumatized so many people with the concrete abilities. Not only that, but she was able to share the abilities with the dupes, and she was one heck of a fun boss fight to fight at the end, turning into some weird shape-shifting concrete construct thing, and you get none of it. Even some of the dupes you fight have special concrete powers that you don't even get, and it's just kind of lame. This should have been 10 times more better than what it actually was, and it's just a shame that it wasn't. But why is this? Why do we not have such fun power sets when it comes to the concrete? Why don't we have awesome abilities? And sadly, I'll never be able to find any answers to those questions because Sucker Punch has left Infamous in the dirt after Infamous First Light came out, and now they'll be working on their 3rd Ghost of game after Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei, which is fine, but it's just sad because Concrete's missing some key points in its power set. just like the other three, Concrete should have a surrender or execution option, which it does not. What I mean by this is, for an example, if you're using Neon and they surrender to you, you can either run around them wrapping them up in Neon, encasing them in it, kind of making them subdued, or you stab them with your Neon blade. One of those two things. Concrete doesn't have either option. Your Karma bomb, like mentioned, and then your Karma specific attack method, like the Neon leg shots, for example. It doesn't have any of those at all. It's just kind of weird, especially for the fact that Augustine literally has pinned Delson by the legs to the ground. You would think that would be its subdue method, for an example. Or maybe you could actually do more of the evil way, because in the evil ending for Infamous Second Son, Delson legit wraps Augustine in concrete. You could wrap someone up in concrete and push the thing over and it just falls and shatters and kills them, completely obliterating them. Like, there is so much more that they could have done, and what's even worse is the game does actually have DLC that came out after the game, so they could have easily fixed this. It's just kind of a shame that the Concrete power system was just, well, that. It was just left. It was... Sure, it's OP sometimes. If you fully upgrade it, it can be quite strong, but if you look at the other three power sets, it's lame, it's lazy, and it should have been, more well done. Sadly, that is all the Concrete powers is. It's just a lazy attempt at something that should have been grand, especially when your main character's driving force is to obtain this power, and we get to see the power in full swing with Augustine. Sure, you can make the argument that Augustine is a trained conduit with many years of experience under her belt, but Delson learned how to do quite a lot with the three power sets he has under a short period of time, so I don't really think that's a major excuse that you can pull. Sadly though, Concrete will just be one of those power sets in Infamous Second Son that I will never be able to get over, because it should have been amazing, but it's not. Let me know if you guys actually enjoyed playing using the Concrete powers in Infamous Second Son, or am I just going delusional? Maybe I'm just really delusional, who knows? Do let me know, guys, if you agree with anything that I said here. I know that a lot of this is kind of old news now, but that's the fun about YouTube. I can talk about what I want on this channel when it comes to geeky and nerdy stuff. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you agree with any of the things that I said. How you guys want to see the Concrete power set in Infamous Second Son? What sort of abilities would you add, and how would you flesh it out more so it matched the other three power sets? Do let me know, I'm very curious. With that being said though, if there's any other topics you guys want me to kind of dabble in, do let me know in the comments and I'll do my best. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell if you guys haven't already, because it does show your support, and of course, it means that you guys are enjoying these, and of course, it also shows you guys when I upload, and that's always a good thing. With that, I shall say, I love you all, more of passion, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Peace.